Okay, so I'm live. So, hello everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are joining me on the planet. My name is June Allen, and I am the founder of the Art of Greatness at juneallen.net. So, today I am super excited. I have been busy beavering away on my new project, the North Star Business School. So, today I'm going to be talking about the curriculum. I'm going to be talking about what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be talking about my experience. I'm going to be talking about a whole load of stuff. Yeah, if you don't know who I am, it's the first time you're watching one of my broadcasts. I am a trauma therapist. I am a business coach. I'm also a retreat facilitator and soon to be author. And yeah, I have been doing this work for the longest time. I've been doing it near enough 8 years now. And I felt that it was time for me to start talking about or sharing all the tea about what it means to set up in private practice as a therapist. Okay. When I did my training, I'd already set up in business. Actually, I was already supporting people and stuff like that already. When I finished my training, but even when I started and I set up the business like 8 years ago, like I didn't have a clue what I was doing. I was literally just trying stuff, seeing how it was going, and just trial and error. I listened to a lot of podcasts. I spent a lot of money doing other trainings. I read loads of books and all of that kind of stuff, and just tried things out just to see if it would work. But so by the time I'd actually finished my training, I kind of recognized, I had pretty, I had a pretty solid system in place of what I was doing. But then I started hearing from other therapists and stuff like that about how they don't really do any business training. I mean, it's very minimal. I think they did when I finished my training. I think they maybe did 1 or 2 weeks of people just asking questions about what they should do, and how to do certain things, and should I get insurance, and do I need this and that and whatever, which was kind of like it's very minimal. It's very, very minimal. I even did another training course. It was just for 1 day, and they literally just zipped through all of the, like, a checklist of things that you need as a therapist. Now, for me, I know what I would have absolutely loved, okay, was for somebody to hold my hand through the first year of business, for somebody to hold my hand through the first year of business, because it's not just the practical stuff that needs to be learned. It takes a lot of courage to set up in private practice, because you have to deal with the uncertainty. And sometimes people talk about mindset and stuff about setting up in business, but it's so much more than that. It's so much more than that. I would have loved to have had somebody kind of take me through the first year, not just to show me the practical stuff, but to actually held me and hold me and show me and coach me through what I was going through emotionally, because it can be an emotional roller coaster. Not just setting up in private practice, but actually maintaining it, knowing what to do, and how to deal with, when there's quiet months and stuff like that. Having to deal with difficult clients, and there are so many things, having to deal with your own trauma as as a black therapist, and people don't always talk about that. As a black therapist, you've got to learn how to deal with your own trauma and stuff like that, as well as dealing with clients that are coming to you to deal with their trauma. And doing trauma work, is exhausting. It can be exhausting if you don't have the right support in place, if you don't have the right things in place. So, for me, this doing this course, or offering this service, this new thing that I'm going to be doing, I'm really excited about it, because I know that I'm going to be offering something that I know that I would have absolutely have loved to do. And people are starting to ask me now as well. People, when I did the 30 live streams in 30 days at the end of the summer, people were asking me about doing business stuff, and they were saying, please, can you do it, whatever. So, this is hi Gloria, lovely to see you. This is really, really important. This is a really important part of it, because yeah, you're just going to learn so much, and you're going to learn all, it's going to be like a holistic way of approaching business, and I'm really excited about it. So today I just really wanted to share with you some of the stuff that I'm going to be teaching. So it's going to be over a period of 9 months. Okay, it's going to be like academic terms, and there's going to be four terms in total. So the first one, the autumn term, which opens on the 4th of October, okay, Wednesday the 4th of October, I'm probably going to do it's probably going to be on a Wednesday, in the afternoon, probably from 1 till 3 or something like that. But I will confirm that and put all that on the website as well, so you can see it. So yeah, so the first one is basically called self-care for success. Okay, self-care for success. And the reason why this is particularly important is because people automatically always get caught up initially in the practicalities. Do I need to register with HMRC? Do I need to go and get insurance? Do I need to do this? Do I need to do that? Do I need a website? And they start talking about all of these practical things, which are important. However, what I think is more important is making sure that your self-care practice is in place. Okay, making sure that your self-care practice is in place. It's all about what you're doing at home to look after yourself. Okay, are you making sure that your sacred sister time at home is in place? Because if you are your business as a therapist, you or a wellness practitioner or a coach or whatever it is, you are your business. So if you're not well, if you're not taking care of yourself, okay, if you're not taking care of yourself, having the proper breaks, having proper holidays, making sure that that you're looking after yourself after you've seen clients, particularly clients that have been difficult in terms of what they're sharing, because you sometimes you have to listen to some really difficult things what clients say, and if you're not looking after yourself, you're going to burn out really quickly. You are going to burn out really, really quickly. So it is really, really important to make sure that your self-care is in place. Okay, so I'm just going to read some of the things that we're going to be covering. Okay, in self-care for success. What is racial wellness for Black therapists, and why is it important? Okay, what is your relationship to work and grind culture? Okay, what is your relationship to work and grind culture? All right, how does racism show up in private practice? Okay, how does racism show up in private practice? How to create success rituals and routines. Setting boundaries for work and life balance, and how to create a nurturing workspace. So these are the things that we are going to be doing over the first few weeks, the first module, okay, called self-care self-care for success. So the other thing that we're going to cover, and this is why this is important for Black therapists, because there's something that I've been exploring over the last few days, and I've been watching some stuff on YouTube. It's been really fascinating, just understanding that there's an axis that happens. Okay, when we talk about racism and oppression and stuff like that, there's the historical stuff, okay, that is passed down the intergenerational line, and then there's the axis, okay, along what's happening currently, okay, what's happening in the present. Okay, so you've got the one that's happening now, and the stuff that's happening in the past. It's been passed down from intergenerational. So as part of module 1, we are going to be looking at that and how that relates to your relationship to work. Because until you understand those things about yourself, and obviously it's a process and you'll learn more over time. But what I'm going to be doing in the first module is giving you the opportunity to really have a look at it and explore it. And think about how the past, okay, the intergenerational trauma that's been passed down around work and anything else that might come up, because sometimes your childhood stuff is going to show up at work in your relationship to how you deal with your clients. All of that stuff is going to show up. So you need to understand that, okay, and get a foundation for it so that you become more aware of it and how it shows up in the business, because then we can deal with it. Once you understand it, then it's much easier to kind of name it, and we get to talk about it. There will be reflection sessions as well during each module. So it's not just going to be me teaching. Okay, you will also have the opportunity to share and get feedback and get support as well from other people that are also in the community. Okay, so I'm really going to go in with this work. It's not just going to be, like I said, it's not just going to be a list of things that you do that are, from a practical perspective. I'm actually going to be working with you so that you can actually learn how to harness your inner power. Okay, you're going to learn how to harness your inner power. Okay, so that's module 1. Okay, the second one is called Foundations and Money Moves. Okay, Foundations and Money Moves. So this one is all about Once you've got your self-care practice in place and you know what you're doing, you've set your what days you're going to be working and all of that kind of stuff. Now we're going to dive in and we're going to look at all of the practical things. So we're going to be looking at your business vision and planning. So we're going to create a really simple business plan, do some vision work around what you would like in your practice, how much money you'd like to earn, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. Then we're going to do all the legal checklist, how to sign up with HMRC, what insurance do you need. We can talk about professional wills. We're going to be talking about GDPR, all of that kind of stuff. Okay. How to set up your back office systems. Okay. This one is huge. I can't tell you how big this one is. Okay. Because normally people would just think, oh yeah, I'll just get some clients in, but they've got nothing in the back end. Okay. They've got nothing in the back end. There's no automation. There's nothing in the back end that is actually going to help you know how to actually, like what do you do, for an example, once a client says they want to work with you? What's happening in the back end? Have you got all your terms of service sorted out? Have you got your, how you actually construct your consultations, all the questions and stuff for your consultation in place? What documents are you sending to the client in terms of your terms of service? What is the sequence? What's the funnel? What's the journey that the client actually goes through in order that they can pay you really easily? That's another thing that I'm going to be talking about. How to make it easy for clients to pay you. I had somebody say to me recently, one of the reasons that they really liked what I was doing in the beginning in terms of their experience was because I had a lot of stuff that was automated. They didn't have to, have to worry about me emailing them 50 times or going backwards and forwards about when is a good time to talk and all of it. I've already got a calendar automated already that's already set up. So all they needed to do is click a link and go to my calendar and make their own appointment once the payment is taken. So all my payments and everything are all set up as well, all set up automatically. They don't have to there's be messages going backwards and forth to kind of for me sending my bank details and whatever. They just click a link, okay? They make the payment with its credit card or PayPal or however they're going to pay it. Once they get the payment, they get an email that's automatically delivered to them, okay, with a PDF with my terms of service and all of the things what they need to do, a link to my calendar so they can book. It's all automated. It's all automated. So you make it easier for the client to pay you, and you make it easy, okay, for the client to actually book on their calendar and all the rest of it. It's so much quicker. Make it smoother. So I'm going to teach you how to do all of that. Okay, I'm going to share the tools that I use. I'm going to share the worksheets. You get copies of all of the stuff that I use, so you can actually customize it yourself. You can actually customize it all yourself. Okay, you're gonna learn about bookkeeping and knowing your numbers, how to do your figures and all of that kind of stuff, how to do it regularly, so you're not rushing about at the end of January going, oh my god, I've got to have my stuff into HMRC by the 31st of January. Mine's all done and dusted way before Christmas, so I don't have to worry about it. But you have to have a system in place in order to do it, in order to maintain it. Okay, so I'm going to teach you all about that. And we're also going to learn about financial therapy and nurturing your abundance. So we're going to be thinking about, do you have a history of money trauma? Do you have a history of, overspending, under-earning, compulsive, all the compulsive behaviors around money? What was your parents' relationship to money and workaholism and all of that kind of stuff? And really, really diving deep in those things so that you can start to deal with it. Because just because you set up your own business doesn't mean that stuff is going to play out. That stuff is going to play out in your business if you don't have an awareness of it and you're not dealing with it. Okay? So this is why the first 6 weeks are really important in this first module, because you will have the opportunity to dive deep in these things. I will share my experience, my tools, and give feedback, all of that stuff around how financial therapy and doing this initial work around workaholism and all of the reasons that may prevent you from being able to thrive in your practice. Okay, so we're going to talk about all of those things. We're going to talk about all of those things, and we're going to explore them, and we're going to bring them all out in the open to make sure that you are well aware of what your limitations are, and then obviously over the course of the 9 months, you'll have an opportunity to really work with that stuff and deal with it and get support around it and be held and let go of that stuff, let go of the money resentments, all of that stuff, you know. So it's going to be really powerful to be able to do that. So that's the second term. Okay, so the third one is client attraction and marketing. So this one is really, really big, this one as well, because, you know, once all your back office systems are set up, once you understand, you know, your self-care and all the rest of it, and, you know, you've got everything in place now so that your clients can pay you, then where'd you get your clients from? Okay, those of you that have been following me for a while know that I've been doing these live streams, and I've been doing, you know, I've been creating content for the last 7-8 years. You know, and this is the reason why, you know, a lot of clients want to work with me, because they already know who I am before I even meet them, because they've been watching my live streams. And I can't tell you how many times I've had clients say to me, you know, I've been following you for years, and, you know, I'm so aware of what you already, so they already know how I work and what I do, because I've created the content and it's online for them to watch, you know. So Glorious, and I actually can't believe that you're giving us this offering. Listen, Gloria, it's all about service. It's all about service. And I'm a firm believer that if I can't, if something's not available to me, I'm going to create it. Okay, if something's not available to me, then I'm going to create it. And there isn't anything, I can't see anyone else out there that is actually doing this for Black therapists. Okay, so Gloria, I've been getting support from you for years, and all the, yes, Gloria, I know we go way back. We go way back, Gloria, and the service is going to continue. And this is this is another reason why a lot of my clients, sometimes they go away, they have a break, and they come back. They go away and they come back, because just because they're not, that they might choose not to work with me directly for a period of time, it doesn't mean that I stop nurturing them. I continue to nurture my clients, whether they're working directly with me or not. So, and I know that there are a lot of therapists out there, not just therapists, but there's a lot of people that I know, and there are a lot of therapists out there that don't want to do live stream, that don't want to do social media and all the rest of it. And they're missing that. They're missing a trick. They're missing a trick to serve the community, as well as earning money from it, as well as earning a living from it. You know, so what I'm going to be doing in the spring term is teaching you how to do client attraction and marketing. Okay, so we're going to be looking at how to market your services to attract clients. What are the ethical considerations? How to build your authority. Okay, simple content creation tools. I'm going to share all the tools and stuff that I use, all the memes and stuff that you see that I post on my page and all the rest of it. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. Okay. How to deal with fear of visibility, which is a massive one. Okay. How to deal with fear of visibility, and how to create simple sales funnels. That's sales funnels is like a, you know, it's creating the journey from when the client first become aware of you, say on social media, to when they actually become a client in your practice. You create a sales funnel. Okay, you build the journey in the back end, you automate it, you make it automatic. Yeah, so you ain't got to do nothing. So if I'm not, like, when I went away for over the summer, I wasn't on social media for the summer, but I was still able to get clients because the automation in the back end was still working. So you can go and take a break. And because I've got all of the content and stuff on YouTube and on my page and whatever, people can still get an understanding of what I do, and they can still sign up. They can still sign up to work with me. They can join the wait list or whatever, and I can still be nurturing them. Sometimes I get people that want to work with me that will go on my YouTube and they'll just binge watch loads of my videos. And then they go, "Oh yeah, I want to work with you." And then they send me an email, or they buy a session. It happens to me all the time, but it's because I've put these things in place to automate the process so that I make it easier for clients to understand what I do, why I do it, how I work, and all the rest of it. Then they get to make a decision, and they can go and watch them videos whenever they want. So I'm going to teach you how to do all of that in the spring term, which is about client attraction and marketing. The final one is about maintaining your practice. Okay, maintaining your practice. So you've done all your self-care, you've done all the money stuff, you've done all the foundational stuff, you've registered with HMRC and done all that stuff. You know, you've done all your marketing now. You understand, I'll work with you how to do your client attraction and your marketing. Now it's about maintaining the day-to-day. What do you do on a day-to-day basis? with your clients? What do you do when in the summer when it's a bit quieter, when it's not you ain't got as many clients? How do you manage your admin? How do you keep building your confidence as a therapist? Okay, how do you deal with challenging clients? How do you deal with with people that maybe don't want to pay you, or they whatever, or people clients that are late? Should you do a cancellation policy and all of this kind of stuff? How do you deal with all of that kind of stuff? And how do you have how do you create compassionate customer service? Okay, how do you create compassionate customer service but also doing it with boundaries? All right. And what about additional income streams? How can you earn extra money outside of the therapy room? What does that look like? What do additional income streams look like for therapists? So I know that's a whole heap. That's what we're going to be doing in the final summer term about maintaining your practice. So you'll have an opportunity there to learn about the day to day and what you should be doing, over the course of the day, the week or whatever. And I'm going to share all the secrets. I'm going to share all the tea about how I do it, so you can learn how to do the same. And because it's going to be over a 9-month period, you will have me coaching you, supporting you, holding you through the whole thing. If you would like to have more one-to-one business coaching around it, I'm going to be putting some options in there as well, so people can join the course for the whole 9 months. But if they also want to have the odd one-to-one as well, doing some business coaching, and I can maybe look at their own personal stuff. I can look at their personal website and all of that kind of stuff. I'm gonna create an opportunity for people to do that as well. So there's a lot going on there. But yeah, if you are interested in joining me and working with me for the next 9 months, okay, starting October 4th, click the link in my bio, go to heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net. That's heal.juneallen.net, and register your interest. I'm actually working behind the scenes at the moment to get all the back end stuff confirmed and making sure it's all working fine and all the rest of it. So hopefully next week, you'll be able to actually buy if you want to buy. So the other option that I'm gonna do as well is, if you want to work with me for the 9 months, then you can buy for the whole 9 months. Okay, for the whole of the 4 terms. If you would like to just buy, one of the terms, okay, maybe, if you've already set up in private practice already and you just maybe need a refresher around certain things, then, maybe you just want to buy one term. There'll be an option to do that. But I'm gonna make it compulsory, though, that if you do that, then you have to actually buy the first term first, the first module first, because that's inclusive, that's non-negotiable, because that one around the self-care and making your self-care plan and making understanding your money trauma and all that sort of stuff, so not the money trauma, you're understanding your self-care practice and all the rest of it, how does racism show up in your practice and all that I'm going to make that compulsory. So you have to do that one first, and then you can buy one of the other ones separate if you want to. But obviously I'm going to be biased and say, if you do the whole 9 months, it's actually going to be more cost effective as well to do the whole 9 months rather than just doing the individual modules. So anyway, it's up to you. See how you feel. Okay, if any of this is really if it's appealed to you, then if you've got any questions or anything about anything that I've said, if you think there's something that I've missed that you want me to include, then please email me, or you can send me a DM or whatever. You can email me info@yardofgreatness.com, and I'm more than happy to include it into the curriculum. All right, because at the end of the day, this is about me being able to serve you as a community. It's about me being able to help you as a business owner, as a therapist, as a wellness practitioner, to make sure that you're getting you're getting 100% support, and that you feel empowered in what you're doing before you actually go out there and start doing something. I'm really, really excited about being able to do this, because I know that I didn't have this. I ended up spending a whole load of money and doing loads of different things before I've kind of got to the place where I am now. So, I'm saving you a lot of time. I'm saving you a lot of money. I'm saving you a lot of energy. And I'm also including things that I didn't get, when I was doing a lot of my, training around business and stuff like that, because it's going to be specific around, our experience as Black people. So if you're a Black person, I'm including men as well, actually, and men can join as well if they want to. So if you're a person of African descent, or Caribbean descent, or if you have dual heritage as well, where African Caribbean is part of your heritage, then you are welcome to join me for this 9-month experience, which opens on October 4th. Okay. So if you've got any other questions or anything that you want to ask me, again, please feel free to email me or send me a DM, and I will see you next time. If you know someone who is just qualified as a wellness practitioner, or is a therapist that needs some work done or whatever, or you want to refresh your business or whatever, share it with them. Share it with them. Let them know that this is happening on the 4th of October. And hopefully I will see you on the other side. All right. So take care. That's it for today. And I will see you next time. All right. Take care. Bye.